In late August, South Korea welcomed some exciting news from the skating world. Hannah Lim, aged 16, and Ye Quan, aged 19, became the first ever ice dancing duo representing South Korea to win a medal at an International Skating Union Grand Prix event. Now, they won't be at the upcoming Beijing Winter Olympics next February as they're yet competing at the junior level, but they have raised hopes for Team Korea's chances at future Olympic events. To tell us about their story for this week's Touch Base in Seoul, I'm delighted to say that Hannah and Ye Quan joins us via video from Canada. Hello, it's great to speak to you both today.
Good to speak
Hi,
to you
it's
too.
good to
Hi.
speak to you too.
So I have to say congratulations to you both on making history and winning bronze medal at the ISU Grand Prix. How did it feel when you found out that you had won? Ye Quan, can you tell us first?
Yes, it was great. Since Courchevel was our first international competition, winning our medal was a little bit unexpected. So that was a great surprise, and we were very proud of our results and our performance. Um, and we were really looking forward for our next competitions.
Hannah, yeah, said just there that it was unexpected. I saw in another media interview that you two didn't even have a gala performance prepared, showing how much you guys exceeded your expectations. How did you end up preparing for that then, Hannah?
Well, so first it was really unexpected for us, and we even set a dinner reservation at a nice restaurant for 7 p.m. because we checked the that our event ended at 6, and we're like, okay, to change, take off makeup, okay, 7 p.m. is good. But then we just saw that day that there was a gala at 8 p.m., I'm pretty sure, and they only gave us an hour of ice time to do it.
Hmm.
My coach had to cut the music, and then we chose Butter, we're just the first song that we thought of.
Hmm.
And then he was cutting the music in the car on his laptop because it was only supposed to be 2 minutes, and they say you're not allowed to wear your costume for it.
Hmm.
So we went on the ice, and then with our different clothing, and we prepared it by taking cuts of our program and
Hmm.
doing simple choreography that we already knew from past programs, and we did it in an hour. It was pretty stressful, and we kind of danced through it, but it was good.
And how did it feel when you'd won that medal as well, Hannah?
It was really fun for us. Like my coach came in, he was like, "This," and I was like, "What does that mean?" "Oh, medal." So like yeah, and doing the ceremony, it was really it felt very real. Like
Hmm.
normally in domestic competitions, it's just you don't skate on the ice for it, and for this one, we got to skate on the ice and stand on the podium on the ice, so it was fun.
Well, it was an amazing performance. We'll talk a bit more about it in a minute because we want to learn more about both of your stories as well. How did you get into skating, especially ice dancing? Let me turn to you now. Yeah.
Well, I started figure skating at a pretty young age, around 5 years old. And I started to skate just because I found that, I saw other skaters, so I found it fun, wanted to try. And then I just kept skating just for fun. And then around the age of 11, I wanted to try something else. So my coach told me, "Hey, do you want to try ice dance?" I didn't know really much what that was. So, okay, sure, I'll try. And at first, I was doing freestyle and dance at the same time. But after a few years, I really found out that I really liked ice dance and it just felt right for me. So I just decided to focus on ice dance and keep training in it.
We should point out that actually, yeah, your parents are from China, but you grew up in Reykjavik, Iceland, right?
No, I was born in Reykjavik, but I lived there for about 2 years and then I came
Ah, I
to
see.
Canada afterwards. So I lived most of my life in Canada.
Oh, I see. I see now. So you grew up in Canada and you learned to skate here then. What about you, Hannah? How did you get into ice skating?
Uh, well, I was young, maybe about 4, and my mom kind of just put me on the ice at a local rink for learn to skate. And then I was doing free skate for until I was like about 14. But then I wasn't very good at jumps and I didn't like to jump as much, but I really liked to do performing and like kind of like acting on the ice and like with the arm styling and stuff. And then it's kind of like I wanted to switch to ice dance because I found that you do that more and you don't jump as much and you get to perform more.
Hmm.
And it was like kind of a hint when you went to competitions and your competitors and your coaches are like, you would make a good ice dancer. And I'm like, oh, I guess I should switch then because like everybody's thinking the same thing.
Hmm.
But after I started it, first I was a bit iffy, but I found I really liked it after.
So it seemed like it was a perfect fit. But then, how did you two meet each other? As we said, yeah, you grew up in Canada. Hannah, you also grew up in Canada. Were you just meeting each other in the same circles? Were you introduced? How did that meeting happen? Yeah.
Well, just before meeting Hannah, I changed training center. I went from Pierrefonds to Ice Academy of Montreal. At first, the head coach over there told me I probably won't have a partner because everybody had a partner over there, and they didn't know if they would have someone else to go in. So I expected to train alone for a year. But then um, the second head coach came and told me, "Oh, we have this girl in Toronto, and she looks really nice. I like how she skates, and we're gonna make her try out with a couple of guys here, and then you're gonna try out with her also." So since we're there already, so I was like, "Oh, great, okay, cool. I'll maybe have a partner." So and then we tried out. It was great, um, and I was super good, and it just kind of like worked out afterwards. Yeah.
Did you have great teamwork from the beginning?
From the beginning was like I speak mostly French, so English wasn't my strong suit. But after a few weeks of like trying to learn about each other and talking a lot, we we started to work pretty well together. So yeah, but in the beginning was hard to understand a bit each other, but now we get along pretty well.
Hannah, would you agree it was a bit awkward at first, especially with a bit of a language barrier, but then you discovered that perhaps that you guys did have good teamwork?
Uh yeah, it was like more of our, I would say, like arguments, because sometimes we had little arguments come up. It would be because it'd be because of like, yeah, like a language barrier, but his English was like pretty good, like way better than my French.
Mm.
But it was like more of like the way we said things and how we misunderstood each other. Like I thought at one point we were only going to be skating like one time per week or something, and then I was like pretty angry, but he meant we were just skating one time per week on like one day. So it was like very just misunderstanding. But now it's like much better and we communicate well through something, and if I don't understand something then I'll ask him to repeat it.
Mm.
So yeah, just like a little bit of stress before competition, like the 2 weeks before competition we want to do really well.
Mm.
So there's a little bit of tension, but it's not like crushing down on us, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe that tension helps as well to keep you guys focused?
uh I think
Um,
so because oh yeah, I think so because if we're always in the comfortable zone, then it's not very, like, we don't progress as much. We
Mm.
stay comfortable. Like my coach, she told us, you should always be 5% above your comfort level in competition because 5% will keep you a little on edge, but
Mm.
it's not going to make you relax. But if you go too above, it's like you start to make mistakes. So I like that saying.
So then, how did you end up representing South Korea as well? As we said, you both grew up in Canada. Yeah, your parents are Chinese. Yeah, can you talk about how you made that decision to represent South Korea?
well, we started to represent South Korea because, well, first, Hannah's parents are from Korea, and
Mm,
she has Korean connections.
mm,
And well, yeah. So and then she started to say, "Oh, we could maybe represent Korea." The coaches were looked also pretty okay with it, and I was like, "Oh, that would be pretty good. Like, it would be a good opportunity, and it would also be pretty good for Hannah too because she loves Korea, and since it's like her origin, and for me, it's like I just want to like really have the best chance as possible, and like I really like to train with Hannah, so I just want to like keep training with her and go even further.
Hannah, earlier you talked about how for the gala performance you danced to BTS's Dynamite. At the actual rhythm dance program, you also performed for under the song Gangnam Style by Psy. So it seems like you do have a lot of connection with Korea, that you really do enjoy representing Korea. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Oh, okay. Like since it's our time representing first year representing Korea internationally, we wanted to, and the theme is actually because in ice dance there's a theme for music every year, and this year's theme was hip hop, so everyone has to do kind of like a hip hop program. And then I was thinking, well, why not do K-pop because um, we're representing Korea and K-pop is very big there, and I really enjoy K-pop as well. And then my coach, we were scanning through a bunch of BTS songs, Mamamoo, like Blackpink, but then my coach came up with why not do Gangnam Style? It's like an oldie but a goodie,
Mm.
like everybody knows it and it's very international, mainly because the audience and the judges, they know BTS and Blackpink, but they don't really understand the music or anything of the sort. So, but everybody knows Gangnam Style and it's been around for a while, so we thought it was a good idea to go with it.
Yeah, what did you think of the choosing Gangnam Style to dance to? Did you enjoy it?
I enjoy it a lot because it's a style of music that, well, hip hop in general, it's really outside of my comfort zone. I used to before skate a lot on more calm music, less hip hop kind of. So this was something new for me. I learned a lot, and it's getting more and more fun to dance every day with this music.
Yes, the season ended in September with you, as I said, winning the bronze medal in August. But then you scored your personal best later in Russia as well. What did you make of the entire season, and what are your goals next as a team, Hannah?
Um, yeah, our season like is still sort of continuing, but I thought we set goals, and our goals for the Junior Grand Prix season, it was like our debut, and we wanted to. There's not so much ice dance in Asian countries like Japan, China, and South Korea. So we were like amongst the first, and we wanted to make a big debut. And we, after we competed, we wanted to everyone to think of us as like a memorable couple, and like that was our goal for the first and the second Grand Prix. And it was actually really nice because in Russia, I remember after we got off the ice after a rhythm dance, everyone was saying like, "Oh, like up there in the stands, all the little like kids were dancing to our music," and it just made me feel like really happy. And I think after hearing that, I was like, "Okay, yeah, we're like." I think we achieved our goal and we were pretty memorable.
Mm.
But for next season or this upcoming season, we are going to be competing for nationals and worlds, which is in March. And we would like to continue training hard, and we're switching a couple of elements and program component parts. And um, following up to worlds, we would like to score new personal bests and hopefully score top 10. And yeah.
Yeah, it seems like you as a team are setting your goals quite high. I believe you do have your sights set on representing South Korea at Olympic level as well. But yeah, that would mean naturalizing to South Korea as well. You need that to compete at Olympic level. How is that going? And what do you make of that, having to naturalize to become Korean citizen to compete at Olympic level?
Yes. So yes, Olympics has been since I started ice dance, it's been a goal for me. I've been wanting to go since I was very young. So for sure, it's becoming a Korean citizen is a necessary step to go there. The plan is to, for now in junior, for now I don't need to change. But once we switch to senior, I would start making taking the steps to become a Korean citizen.
Well, you've had a great start to your careers so far. I'll be watching and rooting you both on as you progress as well, possibly all the way to Milan Cortina 2026. We've been speaking to the ice dancing pair, Hannah Lim and Ye Quan. Thank you both for your time today. It's been a pleasure.
Thank
Thank you very much.
you.